Winters here in the upper Midwest suck. I realize I'm not breaking any news to any of the millions of people who share this plot in life. A couple years back, we had a day in January where we were literally the coldest place on Earth. When we're not pretending to be northern Saskatchewan, it's just wet, gray, and extremely bleak. For a long time. It's not been uncommon for me to go trick-or-treating with my kids in the snow or the freezing rain, and then have to look outside at that same shit while the Masters is on in April. Even once the supposed legit golf season gets going, it's basically just a sprint from June through September, cramming in as much golf as possible around work, family commitments, kids' sporting events, and now, weather that's more swampy than Ron DeSantis' armpit. To have a day with nothing at all to occupy our limited brain space except for golf, beer, and ridiculous conversation is a rare luxury. In order to fulfill our desires for mindless, carefree days on great golf courses with good company, we've spent the last 10 of these endless winters planning golf trips. We are 3 guys, sometimes 4, who spent anywhere from 8 to 12 years together at the same university and finally went off on our separate ways to find some real jobs. In 2013, Schaefer and Coop decided we should reconvene in Scottsdale for a golf weekend. Our wives actually encouraged this, obviously not considering the consequences. We got great off-season rates at TPC Scottsdale, the Phoenician, and True North. We crashed on our buddy's couch. We had a blast. And we were hooked. Of course, this type of trip is not any different from any of those taken by thousands of other like-minded golf travel obsessives that we run into everywhere that we go, but our game is a bit different. Our name comes from our foundational addition to the rules of golf, the beer strokes rule. Invented at True North when our games and our brains were particularly off the rails. At some point, we just decided that maybe we should get a stroke for every beer that we finished during a hole. This was fun. Plus, instead of the better golfer, Coop in this instance, giving us strokes, everyone had equal opportunity to earn strokes. We know that the handicap system exists for good reason, ensuring fair and serious competition among golfers of different skill levels. But we've never really been separated by more than maybe 5 strokes, handicap-wise, so you can make up that difference by either getting better at golf or drinking more beer, preferably both. Potential for sandbagging is therefore eliminated, and we can never take golf too seriously. To keep it simple, you can drink whatever you want. Beer, cocktail, wine, but it all counts the same. If you want to play it like Schaefer and drink that great local double IPA out there that's 8%, you go right ahead, but it all counts the same as a Miller Lite. It has to be a clear double to count for 2. So you might ask, what's to stop somebody from just pounding like 30 beers during a round and leaving everyone in the dust? Well, nothing. Nothing except for your own physiology and all reasonable medical advice. We are the golf party of personal responsibility here. Driving after? Careful with those beer strokes. This and all of our other rules nicely combine the physical and mental elements of the game, and you have to manage them and pay attention to them just as you would any other aspect of your golf game. Maybe you're behind in the round or in the tournament and you're trying to figure out the smartest way to catch up. I played and drank my way back into contention at Forest Dunes in 2017, only to pay it back the next morning on the way to setting the record for the worst round in history at the Loop. This is the game. Things really took off once we bestowed the yellow jacket to the champion starting with that Michigan trip in 2017. It's a thrift store gem that Schaefer bought back in school. Don't remember why. No one should want to wear this jacket, and yet now it's a supremely coveted symbol of a champion who has used solid golf and our ridiculous rules to a perfect advantage. The champion commemorates this win with a patch of his choice and is required to wear the jacket to all airports and non-golf events during the trip until the next competition begins. The yellow jacket ceremony must take place in the parking lot. Over the years, the Rules Committee has added many more rules to the book that have only enhanced the game and the competition. Coop became the first to use the gator slap rule to springboard himself to a back nine turnaround at Kiowa. Schaefer became the first to score a net ace on a hole using the Tom Kite rule at Mammoth Dunes. Jack's putter was put into play for the first time, and the committee tested and approved the John Daly rule on this trip to Bandon. There are a ton of golf travel videos out there, and this is another one, with beer and stupid rules. We love combing through the YouTube and Instagram golf community when we're planning our trips over these long, dark winters, with particular shout-outs to No Laying Up and Eric Anders Lang in our prep for Bandon. We're making this stuff mainly for our own entertainment and as a repository for good memories. But we'll give our honest thoughts on golf and travel, for whatever they're worth, along with our opinions on local beer, wine, food, when we remember. We'll also give an earnest assessment of just how much these trips might hurt your wallet, as we all work regular jobs to pay for this, and some places might make it feel like you need to choose between golf and sending your kids to college. We always choose golf, and it's almost always worth it.
Holy shit!
Finally, on that note, our wives are great. I mean, they're really great.